Welcome to ATB-TV. I'm Darren Dance here with Peter Morganti at Manningtree Park, Pete. It's an indoor shooting today. It's blowing an absolute gale outside.
Yeah, with the old dogs on the chain job out there today, Darren, they get blown away. It is blowing. Not raining, we want rain.
Yeah, we need the rain, but gee, it's windy out there today. So we're inside today, Pete.
Yep.
In the comfort of the dining.
Dining at Manningtree Park, the residents of.
Can't smell no food.
No, Liz is not about.
She's not. All right, well, let's go. We've got a bit to go through today, so let's go back through the runners for the last week, Pete. Where do we rewind to?
We'll cast our way all the way back to the Pakenham meeting on the Syn 30, where we had Streets of Dubai, Debut, and My Shining Choice on the same night.
Yes, I ventured down to Pakenham to watch Streets of Dubai debut. That's a bit
of a tongue twister, yeah.
And it was disgraceful. Favourite, $2.40, and was never really in the race. Craig Williams rode. Plenty of hype about this horse after some brilliant trials. Big, strong, strapping colt by Street Cry. Expected to win and win well with bigger fish to fry, but unfortunately, under lights, he was all at sea, jumping at shadows and dazed by the lights and
kickback.
Didn't like the kickback. That track, the surface was very, very loose that night, and resented all the kickback in his face. Craig Williams came back and just told us we had to forget about the run. Well, I think all the ones that backed him were already trying to forget about the run, but he even came back afterwards into the owners' room and had another chat to the owners just to console them, saying that it was just a bad experience and he needs to get on the grass in daylight. And he gave him a good feel, but he just resented the whole thing. So, yeah, very, very disappointing on the night. It just probably means that if he's right, and Michael Walker, who rode the horse the Tuesday before, just said the horse wins, and he was dirty, he was on the other one that ran second. And look, big raps on that horse, but just a disgrace debut. So we've got to wait.
Head to the grass.
You won't be $3 next time, so we'll double up.
Yeah. I think the measure of where Hayes thought he was, they thought, well, he'd beat the stablemate and it ran second, so...
Yeah, no, it was just bad luck there. The other horse, My Shiny Choice, well...
Pilot error?
Yes. At least Craig Newitt came back and just said, I got it wrong. I pulled wide when I should have went up the fence. Jockeys have to make decisions at certain stages in races, and he admitted he got that one wrong. And that horse is a momentum horse, and he got stopped in his tracks, and then he was asked to accelerate, and you just can't do it. No. So, once again, that was a long drive home on Thursday night from Pakenham, Pete.
Back through the city, Darren, not real good.
No, not happy, really.
You went for a little drive to Geelong the next day, where it was a little bit more fun with a winner, Galileo's Pearl, ridden by Michael Walker, we just mentioned, and a really good tactical ride got him over the line. Yeah,
well, this horse has had a few starts, and I think he'd run 4 thirds in his career, and I think in probably half his runs he hadn't been ridden to instruction. He's a free-flowing, staying, striding horse by Galileo, and if you watch the international racing, the way they win their races is they get to the lead at about the 1,000 and they just grind their opposition into the turf, and they're not sit sprinters, and some of our riders have been trying to sit sprint him, and he was looking, fair and promising without winning, but the instructions were pretty clear on Friday, and that was, get a good spot. When they drop the speed in the back, just go to the front and then make it a true staying contest, and he should be able to outstay him. And that's exactly what Michael Walker did. Yep. As most people know, I haven't been a great fan of his. I've got a long memory about Crackerjack King.
Michael actually mentioned that in the after interview about Crackerjack King.
Yeah, well, it cost us probably $1 million that day, but anyway, I don't know if I'll ever get over that.
He won a $20,000 race at Geelong, small steps to redemption.
He's got to win about another 50 of those to get square, but look, the horse won well. I was really pleased for the owners, and I've got to make mention of Tony Appleton.
Yep.
He was in the winner's room there, and pre-race he said to me, Darren, if he doesn't win today, I'm going to sell my share. And I said, well, how much do you want? And he said, I'll take $5. So in good humour, Pete, after the horse won, there was about 30 people in the winner's room, and I got them all to get $5 notes out and try and give them to Tony. So that was a bit of fun.
He wouldn't accept it?
And I've got a little photo here of Tony. Well, even big Roger Gleason offered him 100. He wouldn't take that either. But good on you, Tony. Good to see you. I wouldn't want to be in the war next in the trenches with you, mate. As soon as the first shot was fired, you'd want to run. But no, it was all good fun.
Good
And look,
result.
I was really pleased with that. See that horse win and win well. It was a masterful ride, and that's what you need sometimes.
And he can go and win at 58 now, Darren. I think he's still right.
Yeah, he's rated 58, but he'll get top weight.
Yeah.
But, you know, whether he puts him in a 58 or a 62,
Yep.
I'm not sure. But look, hopefully now he's got that winning edge, and hopefully Michael Kent and Steve Moran. It might be just a good idea to keep Michael Walker on the horse. I know we're thinking outside the square here, boys, but it would be good if you did.
Keep the winning combo going and a senior rider.
It's not really that hard, is it?
I wouldn't have thought.
No,
Now they've seen it happen.
it's not that hard.
We had our approach, little filly go around. She had enough, Darren. She was similar sort of ride. Jackie all took off, 800 to go. She got to the front easy enough, but she had nothing left at the 200.
Well, you know, she should have been in the paddock probably 3 weeks ago, as I said. But we're just trying to get a win for the owners before she went out, because it's often disappointing if you have a prep and you don't get a win,
Yep.
but it's probably more disappointing to have an extended prep and run terrible. But I picked her up the next day and brought her home, and I need to get 50 or 60 kilos on that filly.
Yep.
She showed a lot early, and she just trained off and probably just one run too many. But she's home now, we'll get her back, and look, I've seen her trial a couple of times pretty smartly.
Yep.
And I'm sure next prep she'll reward us. Just got to be more patient. There was no $5 notes flying around for that horse on the day, but disappointing. But the game's not over there.
No, for sure. We missed Saturday, no runners. I think we had Guest of Honour scratched again, looking for rain. His turn will come. But we had High Largo run a terrific third. Probably should have run one at Pakenham on Sunday.
Yeah, she did. Jack Hill rode it down there for Darren Weir. She massive run at Warrnambool to run second there.
Yep.
And just laid in there. She laid in a bit again on Sunday, and Jack Hill rode it down there. And look, if she doesn't lay in, she wins. It was a really good run. She sort of travelled around, hit a flat spot, and then under pressure really found the line. And I think if it had been another 100 metres, she probably wins. Massive run, good filly. And she's off to a better race, which we'll come to later. But
Yep.
Daughter of High Chaparral, half to Falago,
Yeah.
promising filly.
Very promising. Yep, really like her. Across the border at Gawler, we had all roads. Another Claire Lindop road. Another disappointing result.
Yeah, it was disappointing on face value, but Claire came back and said, look, stop running her over 2100. She can't stay. Get her back to 1600, and she'll be winning. So that's what Damien's going to do, is drop her back to the 1600. So we'll talk about where she goes next soon.
Yep. Following day, already like her. I think we had a jockey with earplugs in, trying to listen to instructions before the race.
Another disappointing ride. Instructions were to be outside the leader or one pair back. She jumps well and she grabs hold of her, has a last on the fence, running up backsides, and ran on a little bit to finish in the back half. But sometimes you really got to wonder what goes on. You know, when you walk the track, you explain the instructions, and then it's like they get on the horse and they forget everything they know.
We were told.
I can't say any more. It was just...
The battered Sav was not a happy man.
No, his post-race
Don't
was
blame
very
him.
angry.
You
Anyway,
don't blame him.
no, it was just... I'm not sure what happened there. It just didn't feel right and it didn't look right.
Yeah, we'll touch on both those horses going forward for this Sunday. Tuesday, we had Swazon's kick-off at Geelong on the synthetic. Just an even run, Darren.
Yeah, that was first up over 1200
Yeah, with Damien
on the
Thornton.
synthetic. Look, I think it was the old 3-card trick there. You know, that filly gets back and runs on. That's how she runs the best races. That track, you need to be on speed. So they went against her pattern and rode her a little bit forward.
Yeah.
And then when she straightened up, she was just plain to the line. Didn't really finish off. But I think sometimes you can get sucked into riding them to suit the track and not suit the horse. And that's what happens. So she needs to get back on the grass, and she needs to be put into her rhythm, put into her right spot, which is probably midfield or a bit worse, and then find the line. If she can't do it, then she's got to go. She's had enough chances. The good thing is she never tied up. She's pulled up well.
She's had a run under her belt.
We got one run into her this time, but like she's on her last prep.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't show she's going to win a race in the next 2 starts, well, you know, we've got to pull the plug.
No, exactly. That's it. That's what we've had this week. So we had a winner, and if you add that to Arizona girl last Wednesdays, we had sort of 2 in 2 or 3 days.
All
So
good. All good.
after a quiet spell.
We did have 3 weeks where nothing went right, but a couple of winners in the last week or so. It's been quite good, and I'm sure there's plenty coming up.
Yep, and we'll touch on the ones we know that are coming up. Saturday is a busy day. There could be a couple of doubtfuls. We got lucky on barefoot at Flemington in the heat of the Winter Championship. Not much rain around, Darren, so that could be the key to whether he runs or not.
Yeah, well, I think that track's going to be firm.
Yeah.
Flemington's always firm, so I'm not sure whether Matty Williams is going to run him or not, but...
he's got plans in similar races.
Yeah, I couldn't be backing him at Flemington this weekend on Flemington firm track. I'd say he's probably 50-60% not going to run.
Yep.
Which, you know, we're just got to be patient.
Yep, exactly. Rose Hill, Rockalicious. Looks a nice race for her, but I don't know about the weather up there. It's been hot, hasn't it, up there?
Well, Rockalicious, you know, she was enormous last start running second with big strides late and just got beat by a pretty good horse that's going to Brisbane for the carnival.
Yep.
I'd be surprised if she's any better than $3.20 this week.
Gate 1, same kid on, only going to carry about 53. She's going to get a lot of favours in the run.
She'll be my one for the week. I'd expect her to win that.
Well,
rain or no rain, and I think there'll be plenty of water on the track. I think Chris Waller will make sure.
I did read one of his reports saying he's made sure they've got water on the track. So
He bought a watering can.
yeah.
So Waller, good on you. About time he got us a winner. And Rockalicious has been tapping on the door for a couple of runs now. I think she's ready. I think she'll win.
Absolutely.
And good luck.
Morphettville on Saturday. I'm going to venture over. We will have...
Now, I'm really concerned here. You know, we've done a lot of work. We've got two horses going to Adelaide, Falago and High Largo. And,
half brothers and sisters.
Yep, they're related. And then we've got Dean Yendall on them both.
Hold on. Brad's on one.
Oh, Brad's on one.
Falago, yeah.
All right. So you've got Yendall, and you two are driving over together.
Yeah, I think I'm doing most of the driving, yeah.
So you and Yendall in the car doing a road trip to Adelaide.
Going to do a little interview on him as we're driving over.
A little interview.
6-hour interview.
It's going to look quite funny, you and him sitting next to each other.
Yeah, a bit of bloody Abbott and Costello or whatever.
Well,
who are those two?
It's going to be
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, well, you know, he's about a quarter the size of you.
Quarter. Yeah, probably a quarter. Probably half.
You probably still have a spare seat in the front if you've got Yendall sitting next to you.
Anyway, it'll be a bit of fun.
It'll be like taking your child.
Yeah.
Jonah a bit bigger than
We'll have to carry him in, push him in on a pram, I will.
They'll probably ask him for ID.
I'm the security.
Yeah, well, don't upset him. You know, he's going there to try and ride a winner for us.
Exactly. Well,
I'm a bit worried about you two out on your own in Adelaide on a Saturday night.
We're there and back in the one day.
Oh, right, okay. Big road trip, eh? Pesky in the back seat. Car seat in the front seat for Dean.
If I can get Dean to drive home, we might have the esky.
Oh my God.
No, I'll drive. That's the.
Do you have to put the car seat in the front?
For Dean?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're allowed. He'll have to sit in the back.
Anyway, look, Falago, look, it's looking like the track's not going to be rain affected.
No.
Talking to Darren Weir last night about this, ideally we want a wet track. If we scratch, there's nowhere else to go for him. There's a benchmark 90 that he's going to get 60 kilos in. That's the only other option the week after. And as Darren said, if we ran Saturday at Morphettville, in a fortnight, there's a really nice race for him.
Yep.
Which one would think in a fortnight, surely it's got to start raining. And if we miss, then we're kind of out of rhythm with those races, and also it's too long between runs.
Yeah.
So I think more than likely we're going to run.
It's a bit like the terrain.
Yeah,
So
more than likely we're going to run and to keep him at the mark, because he's a gross doing horse and he needs a lot of work.
Yep.
So Darren's in favour of running him, and you know, I'd probably go along with that, understanding that there isn't a better option at the minute.
Yep.
So look, it's a listed race, it's a black type race.
Port Adelaide Cup.
Yeah, Port Adelaide Cup. If he runs top 4, it gives him black type.
Yep.
It automatically adds value to his sister High Largo.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's a lot of positives there to running.
Yep.
And speaking of High Largo, with Dean Yendall
Yeah.
as I said, she was massive at Pakenham, massive at Warrnambool. She's in a listed 2,500 metre race, based on what Jack Hill said when he got off, that she's a beautiful staying filly looking for 2,400. She's on the quick backup, the 9 days, but she's a promising horse. Whatever happens on Saturday, she'll be going for a break and she'll be back for the spring. But if she can run top 4 there on Saturday, that'll be a massive result to her value post-racing as a broodmare prospect. And it's only her first prep, really, and she's done a great job.
Absolutely phenomenal.
She's one of the stars of the future.
I got no doubt. And, you know, the 25 is right up her alley. Like you said, it's just a matter of has she had enough this prep, but Darren Weir reckons she's trained on beautifully.
He's really keen on her chances.
Full marks to Jack Hill, who actually pointed the race out. I mean, obviously would have come across it, but in his post-race analysis, he pointed that race out.
He wants to be a racing manager. He's probably going to make a better race manager than a jockey.
Old Jack, he's probably disappointed he hasn't got the ride, but I mean, they know the rules.
Why'd you take him off?
I didn't take anyone off.
Oh, okay.
Jack?
I don't know what you and Jeremy are up to. Owners, if you're not happy with the rider.
Ring him and I'll pass it on to Jeremy. Ring me, mate.
You don't answer your phone anyway.
So that's Saturday.
Right.
Hopefully we have a winner there and some positive runs. We might have a double, we might have nothing, but they're all ready to go.
Well, 3 states involved.
Yeah, it is too. You going to any of them?
No.
Yeah.
I'm going to Brisbane.
You are too. Up there socialising.
I will. Someone's got to spread the word.
Bendigo.
Sunday.
Yeah, we've got Shiny Lass in at Bendigo, but at the moment just a 50-50 whether she runs. She was a bit scratchy after her Warrnambool effort.
Yeah, she's always got something wrong with her, this filly, but well, there's no rain. The track's probably going to be good, so I'm tipping she won't run. And that's fine. Bendigo track would have really suited her over 2400.
Yeah.
Big track, good running.
One thing, if there is a little bit of rain, that is a good track for cushion.
Oh, beautiful track.
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll just have to wait and see. Darren Weir will make the right decision on Saturday.
Yep.
But at this stage, Shiny Lass is 50-50. If she runs, she's honest, and she'll be in the finish.
And also, Skua was going to run a Cassiter, and the owners are aware that she's not going around.
She's
now.
not going around. She's been scratched.
Yep.
She'll be kept for another day.
Cross the border again.
I think you might have missed one.
You alert me, Darren.
Saturday night in the UK.
Sizemos. Fancy missing him.
Every week you miss one.
Yeah.
At least you're consistent.
Well, consistent.
I suppose 90% is a good score.
You can read the form guide and you can see the consistency there.
What track's he going to?
Is it Ascot? I don't know. Where
One's
is it?
Ascot.
Is that where he is?
Well, there's 2 tracks. He was not over 2 races.
Oh, you got me.
Yeah, I got you.
Goodwood.
Something
What's
like
that? Is it?
I don't know.
Long chop? No, that's
No.
France, isn't it?
So Marco Body's got Sizemos in
So you don't even know.
Saturday night.
He's right.
I'll be talking to him tonight. The acceptance has only come out tonight.
Yep.
So we'll be having a look at it. He's just dropped a peg back in grade, so hopefully the track's got a bit of rain about, and hopefully he runs like he did first up.
Yeah.
I think he'll be ridden different to the way he was ridden last start, where he's ridden far too aggressive and too wide.
I thought it was a new market.
Yeah, and hopefully Sizemos can get back into the winner's circle.
Yep.
And so he goes around probably around midnight on Saturday night, Pete.
Yep. Cool.
So no doubt you and Yendel will be watching that on the phone. As
Probably
you're
still driving home.
probably driving home from Adelaide.
Yeah. I should stay at Adelaide actually, Darren, because Strathalbyn we've got already liking all roads.
Well, why don't you? You and Yendel. Yendel could ride our horses at Strathalbyn.
Maybe if I put a bike in the car and Yendel can ride home and I'll stay there.
We should have thought that. Should have put Yendel on those 2 on Sunday, and you guys could have had a weekend over there. Too late now.
We would have smartened those 2 up, maybe, the horses. Yendel's run on all roads
I know.
too.
I know. See, you're not thinking.
We'll have to,
Didn't think about that, did you?
no, not at all. Start
All right.
thinking's sort of a big thing in this game, isn't it?
Well, for some. Anyway, all roads and already like it, both on their last chances. Hopefully we can get some proper rides this time. All roads back to the mile. Jamie Carr goes back on, who rode it 2 starts ago into 4th spot. The mile seems to be the right go for her. She's been schooled over the steeples. She should be ready to rock and roll. If she can't do anything on Saturday or Sunday, bye-bye. All roads, same story. I don't know what happened on Monday. That was a disgrace, but sometimes these things happen with jockeys. They have brain fades, as Darren said, brain dead rides. That's weird. So she'll go around on Sunday. She's racing for her career. Once again, if she doesn't put in, that's it for her as well. So
Get good odds.
she has one race over there for us, so she's probably done the job, but you can't hang on forever. So those 2 fillies are on their last chance, definitely Sunday. There'll be no extensions, no matter what happens.
No, that's fair enough.
And then where do we go? Is that it?
No, that's basically it for now.
So Rockalicious and High Largo,
Yeah.
very, very encouraging.
Yep.
And looking forward to seeing those 2 run.
For sure.
As I said, Saturday night we'll be at the Brisbane Racing Club Carnival
you
launch.
will be.
Yes.
You will be, yes.
With some of the Red Handle owners. And we're going to the launch of the carnival, so we're really looking forward to that on Saturday night.
Yep.
The other big news of the week, Pete, was the announcement of our star stayer Dandino, who left this week to go down to Mornington, where he's going to start off his career as a standing stallion, serving mares from the 4th of September at Bombora Downs, Mornington, advertised at a $5,500 service fee.
Yep.
And I'm very, very pleased that he's gone down there to working with Christoph, who's been in the industry a long time, well regarded. Small start, and Dandino is going to be his star stallion.
And what a star he's been.
Well, he looked super there getting on the truck the other day at 580 kilos, big and round and shiny, and it was, we were proud to send him off like that, and really looking forward to seeing just how many mares he attracts. We've had good interest, and that leads me on to the fact that, as you know, this week Pete sent out an expressions of interest. We are going to put together some partnerships or syndicates in brood mares to go to Dandino. So if you haven't already registered your interest, you need to flick Peter an email. Please don't text or ring, because we need to keep a file on this, because we've got such a big number. We don't want to miss out on your registration. So please do email them through, and then we're going to have a look at the Gold Coast. I've already been through the catalogue and identified about 6 to 8 mares that could suit based on their pedigree lines. And we've also used a breeding analyst in America, Peter, who this is what they do. They look at the Nixon crosses for the Dan Silly, and given us a list of about 12 sire lines that they think we can breed group winners by Dandino. So it's very important. So we'll try and find those line mares. And obviously, Dandino is not just a Melbourne Cup horse. He was placed at 2. As a 2-year-old, he was placed. As a 3-year-old, he was probably one of the best 3-year-olds in the world. He won 3 in a row, and he raced in the Japan Cup as a 3-year-old. Amazing, really, how good that horse was early. And, just we were fortunate to get him as an older horse and get 3 seasons out of him and have a lot of fun. He took us all over the world. There's no doubt he's a world-class stayer. And if you listen to Darren Weir or Marco Boddy or Craig Williams, they're all sure he's going to make it as a stallion. And where he just said you'd never find a stallion that's got such a good temperament and such a good turn of foot as what Dandino had. And even last night, where he's going, I'm going to send some mares. Are you going to give me a deal? I said, well, I don't get a deal on trainer fees, so you don't get a deal on service fees. So cough up, you've got more money than we'll put together. So where he's going to use the horse, he really likes him. So
he ticks a lot of boxes, doesn't
he? Just looking forward to him at the start, and looking forward to this time next year when we're getting ready to fold down a few baby Dandinos.
It's a great job, a great life. You can finish your career and then just be sent to stud, Darren. That doesn't happen in bloody human life.
Yeah, I know, but just some of those ugly mares, you can't say no, can you?
Jesus, you said that, not me.
Well, at least in human life you get to say yes or no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. But I think Dandino will complain too.
No, I don't think he will. But anyway, look, hopefully you can get a good book of mares, and we can get some nice foals.
Absolutely fantastic.
In about 3 years' time, we'll find out if they're any good.
Yeah, it'd be great if they're good.
It will?
It will be.
Good.
Might have buy into another horse, Darren.
So if you want to get involved in any of those projects that we're running, so there's the Dandino projects on the breeding side, there's also a couple of international projects relating to American Pharaoh and Frankel that we're looking at. So we need some investing partners to get involved in those projects. So just email through, and then look, at this stage, I'll come back to everyone next week with a little bit more detail on cost and program and how it's all going to work. But at this stage, we've just put the feelers out to find out if anyone's interested or how many people are interested, and then we'll get into the finer detail individually. So it's been a big week, but all good. Now we've got a special competition. Who was that competition winner last week?
Last week's was Dave Baker.
David Baker.
I made the comp too easy, Darren.
Yeah,
too many clues. Yeah. Everyone come up with La Passe, True Corsa and Platelet. So I think we had about 15 entries. And
David Baker was first.
He was first.
Why was he first? You know why?
I was probably sitting there just waiting for ATB-TV to come through.
Sitting in the boardroom?
Probably.
You could see him, with a scotch and water.
Just waiting for it to come out Friday after. Might have been Thursday night, actually.
I reckon he would have closed his diary for the day.
He doesn't miss the comps, Dave.
No, he's very...
Doesn't miss my spelling errors either, Dave.
No, I think he might have been a school teacher in a previous life.
Oh, good. But
David, good on you.
Jacket and a hat.
Jacket and a hat.
Wear it proudly.
I'm going to send you a medium. Morg said you needed 2XL. I thought that was a bit rude.
You know what he's like, Dave.
Now, this week...
Also, Desi
Des Pinfold.
grandson,
Ben?
he was about third or fourth in, only 12-year-old. He got them all right.
Did he?
Yeah, you got to give him a hat.
All right, I'll give you a hat.
On your Ben.
Good on you,
Work,
young fella.
Upcoming, well, he's got 6 years till he's 18, and I'm sure he'll be an ATB owner.
He probably is now.
This week's Darren. Now,
Right.
before I say too much,
Yep.
just have a listen to this rubble.
They're heading towards the business end in the ATB Classic. 800 metres to go, and it's Michelle Pine and Platelet narrowly in front of Skewiff and Brad Ruilla. Tactimus Strong just tucked in behind him. Martin Harley has it on a good rein, and Ryan Moore on Jacoby and Ben Malum on Dandino bring up the rear. With about 600 metres to go, starting to swing around the big bend here in Flemington, and Platelet still narrowly in front of Skewiff. The big grey is travelling well. Tactimus Strong, Dandino and Jacklebury only a couple of lengths away and closing. 400 to go, and the two Bonnie mares go head to head. Platelet and Skewiff. The big grey, Tactimus Strong is starting it, linking his stride. Dandino and Jacklebury are doing the same. It's a good race with 300 to go. 5 of the best ATB horses are all linking out down the big Flemington straight, but it's still Platelet in front. Skewiff almost on turns. Tactimus Strong joining in. Dandino, Jacoby only half a length away and closing. 150 to go. And who's this? It's Silver Storm and Dee Yendall all over the top of them. It's another Dandy Andy. A ball over. Silver Storm has won the ATB Classic. I have seen it all.
What do you think of that call?
Well, where did that horse come from? Silver Stratum.
Tailed off.
Wasn't even in the field. Must have come out of the grandstand at 200.
Tailed off.
I've got a budding race caller next to me, eh? Watch out, Rick. You're in trouble.
So this week,
Peter Morganti calling races now.
for a little bit of fun, you'll see on the screen, they're the 5 horses, 5 of our champion horses from across the years. You've got to incorporate those in a call for about a minute. So roughly from the 1,000 to the finish, add your own little bit of colour to it, and as you see, I added Silver Stratum in at the end for known reasons. So add that in.
So you want them to record
So record it and just
a race call.
Yeah, race call just on your voice.
Must be 60 seconds.
Yeah, around 60 seconds.
Must have 5 horses
Those 5 horses that are on the screen.
only, or they can add in their
You
own.
can add in one,
One in,
or
yeah,
you can
yeah.
just go with the 5. So you can make it as colourful as you like.
And how are we going to judge who's the best?
We're just going to have to sit there, Darren, and just go through them all, I suppose.
So if you send money, it helps.
Yeah, bribes are taken. And a prize, Darren, we'll probably
So
send.
the best race call, the most entertaining, we'll play it next week.
Yes, and we'll send.
And the winner will get
I reckon we'll send them and a partner, or whoever they wish to take.
lunch for 2
Yeah, at a metro track in town.
in July.
Yeah, in July.
All right, well that sounds like a good prize. So we'll tee up lunch for 2, maybe at Moonee Valley or Caulfield in July.
Yep.
We'll organise that for the one who sends us in the race call that we judge the best for the week. Now, when does this close off?
We'll have all this up for next week. So you want to get it in to me by Wednesday next week. So you
Right.
got 5. We've got the weekend and a couple of days after. We need to judge them before we do ATB-TV next week.
All right, we'll do that.
And the winner's call will be there for all to listen to.
And we're going to play it on ATB-TV next week.
So
We could kickstart your career. The winner, you'll have to sign a contract so we get royalties if you get picked up.
exactly. Yeah.
We're not missing out on that.
It's a bit like the reality shows on TV. We might find a budding star
We
here.
might.
Yeah.
Who knows what's out there?
Anyway, it's a little bit of fun, Darren.
I want to hear David Baker
Yeah, Dave, you've got to have another go.
and Tony Appleton.
Yeah, and
What about Johnny Allen, the jockey?
Oh, geez,
What about him riding a Group 1 winner?
I nearly had
Well
Johnny on
done.
my horse. I should have had him on Silver Stratum. He won on him.
Well, you did.
No,
What a
at the
ride.
end.
Well done, Johnny. Group 1 winner.
Oh,
Outstanding. Outstanding result. And it was funny last night to listen to Darren Weir talk about a lot of things around his career. And one was about Johnny Allen, how he, 4 Irish guys got sent to Australia for a month's work experience.
That's right.
And trainer at Adelaide, John O'Connor, had to place them all. Anyway, he rang Weary up and said, "Can you take a jumps jockey?" Weary said, "I'm not interested." And a month later, he gets a phone call from some bloke at the train station called Johnny Allen. So Weary had to get out of bed and go and pick him up. and he had to work there for a month. And after a month, where he said, "You're not going anywhere," he's been there since. But
he's been
a revelation.
Widely acclaimed as saying he's one of the best horsemen he's seen, and we've
Best
seen
judge.
We've seen it on our horses.
Best judge.
Yeah.
Where he said last night he's one of the best judges he's ever seen of a horse. He's one of the few that can tell you if a young horse is any good.
Yeah.
He doesn't say much, but when he does, you need to listen.
Yeah, for sure.
And look, for us, he got Silver Stratum going, he got Tintaglia going. I think he rode about 4 in a row for us there at one stage. Now he's a Group 1 rider.
And I reckon, take a little bit of credit there, Darren, you had him on 2 Group 1 in 2 Group 1 races on the one day with Dandino and Tayo.
Yeah, we gave him a couple of rides there early days, but it's good to see. He's a really good, terrific fellow and works hard, and he's instrumental part of that Darren Weir team. And you know, one thing Darren Weir's done is he's got some really good people around him. He's got Johnny Allen there who can really tell him what's going on. He's got Peter Ellis there walking the track on the main days and gives him credit for about 30 Metro wins a year just by having him employed. And, he's got his team of riders that he uses that he can trust. That, Harry Coffey, Johnny Allen, Dean Yendall, who's the other one? Brad Rawiller, and then, of course, Jack Hill and Michelle Payne as far as we're concerned. So there's a team of 6 there. And it does work really well together. So
it speaks volumes of where he's prepared to give a person a go if they're prepared to have a crack at it.
Well, I think those guys, they ride work, they ride the trials, and they know the horses, and it gives him a big advantage over just ringing up and throwing someone on your horse for the day. And look, we've had plenty of those jocks thrown on our horses for the day, and they often, I wouldn't say they don't care, but they're not as committed or as hungry to win for the team. And we've found that with the Darren Weir stable, and I think some of the other stables need to follow suit a bit.
Exactly.
And, they'd get more winners around the board. But, we certainly, congratulations to Johnny Allen. And I'd like to listen to his race call because you can't understand what he says.
It'd be good, probably just as good as my call. Couldn't understand mine at the
Oh,
end.
yours wasn't bad. I just didn't expect Silver Stratum to jump over the fence and win and beat those horses. You're kidding, are you?
That's a little bit of... a little bit of outside of the square we want in your race call.
Well, I would have thought Dandino would have beat them all, He's just gone to start, he's a superstar, he's got them covered. Until next week?
Yeah, until next week.
Time to go. I've been pretty easy on you this week. Haven't given you a hard time at all.
But I've sort of made a hard time for myself, Darren. A few clerical errors along the way. But
you just spent 6 hours doing all the mare matchups and worked off the wrong list. I'm sure that was pretty exciting when I let you know it up past 11 last night.
Yeah, there was a bit of an outburst in the lounge room.
Woke all the kids up.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, Beck left the room. I stayed up for another 2 hours and tried to redeem myself and fell asleep with laptop slamming on my head.
Anyway, we're just trying to match all those mares up, and we're hoping to get all those reports back out to you, the breeders, within the next 24 hours so we can lock in what we're doing for next season. But Pete's just having a bit of fun with Goldmine, but that's all right. We'll get there. Anyway, until next week, Darren Dance, Peter Morganti, may you get a winner.